Chicago Steppin. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me back up. Steppin A Chicago Dance. I love the title. I love what you guys have done. Now I'm gonna make my audience jealous right quick. I seen it already.
See?
Let me just throw that out there. I seen it already. Listen, you guys. First, let me welcome you. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you guys for the work that you have put in. We're gonna discuss in depth you guys' work. But before we do that, I want you all to say hello to the audience and let everybody know who you are, where you are, because I know you guys out on the East Coast, West Coast, and give us a little bit of background.
All right. Well, hello everybody.
Hello, everybody. My name is
you.
Anthony Coleman.
And I'm Gwen McGee Coleman. And we are in California. Right. And it's 94 degrees.
By way
of Chicago South Side. That's right. Finger High School. Yeah. Hello. Right. See, that's one thing we wanted people to know, that we are steppers. Okay. Right. Myself and Anthony, producers.
Right. A lot of people don't think we're steppers.
Right. In association with Pete Frazier, who is a stepper. So this is people who know stepping. Right.
And you actually you got some alumni on here tonight. You got some alumni on here tonight too.
That's right.
You got a few folks that's finger students that are on the live right now.
Great.
All right.
Great. What was it? 78?
78.
That's about right. They was around that same time. Pastor D coming here talking about Morgan Park. Hey man, ain't nobody dealing with you, Pastor D. Go with that, man. Go on.
That's right.
I was close to Morgan Park.
That's right.
My last choice became Finger.
Yeah. So you guys are original Chicago natives. Tell me, give me some idea. Pastor D said 1973. Give me some. Look, they are finger tighten in the building all year long.
All right, tight. Yeah.
I told you they in here.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, Gwen, I'm going to ask you first. What was your first experience with stepping?
Okay. My mother's house, I was having a party, a basement party.
Of course.
This is about 75, 76. A guy named June taught me how to step.
Okay.
It's like everybody was stepping on the floor and I was looking, he said, come here. And he taught me. And then you either keep up or you don't. You get laughed at or you don't. It's simple as that. But if you got a little bit of rhythm, you get them basics and you can keep up. Then we started going to Mendel. By this time I met Anthony.
Hey.
And now we're going to the Mendel sets.
Okay.
You didn't meet me at Mendel though.
Now I met him at Finger High School in Mr. K-Son's class.
Right.
And I did a speech.
Damn, she even remember the teacher
name. He was on the basketball team. And he come up to me because he probably wanted to see my notes, really.
I was just cheat off. I wanted to cheat off of
him. And look where you at now.
Yeah. I'm still cheating.
See that? still stealing them notes. There you go. That's how you do it, man. That's how you do it. That's what's up. Okay, so
that's it. So Mendel, I really remember Mendel and I loved it. Yeah. And as we got older, after college and stuff, and then it became the 50-yard line. Mm-hmm. And then 86, I moved to New York for 10 years. So there was no stepping in New York that I knew. I didn't know what the sets were.
Now,
we were just getting into our careers at that time.
And that's where I'm getting ready to go next. So you moved to New York and got involved in acting, right?
Yeah, for 10 years.
Okay.
And then I was ready to go because it was cold there too. I'm trying to escape snow. Mm-hmm. And I got in California in 96.
Okay.
We both did. And so, but some of my bigger jobs, I established myself in New York.
Okay.
So I had a foundation. New York is where I did Do the Right Thing, New Jersey Drive. Both of those was Mother, Rose. And so in the future, that's what's going to become what I do, mothers, because I didn't know that's how they'll typecast you. And then I got
so you've
my
been straight up typecast, huh?
I was everybody's
All right,
mama.
now hold on. Cause see, let me tell you like this. It's easy for you to roll those off your tongue, but I want to make sure you get the proper accolades for what you're talking about right now. See, people, they hear stuff, but they ain't sure if that's what they heard. So I want the people, especially in our community, because look, I do every about once a month, and see, tonight you guys are people you should know. We do a segment where we say people you should know in the Steppers community. You two are people should know in this community, because I always talk about the talents and the skills and the things that we have that people are involved in around this community outside of Steppin. And the simple fact is you're an accomplished actress. And I want you again, let's go back right quick.
Right.
Let's give up a little bit of that resume. You were in what movies again now?
Do the Right Thing.
Do the Right Thing, Spike Lee joint.
Yep. And after that came New Jersey Drive.
And New Jersey Drive. So y'all be looking out for Miss Gwen, because she did her thing in them movies. Now.
And while I was in between actors,
okay,
Spike Lee had a film class.
Right.
40 Acres Film Institute. And we went there. And this is how we figured out how to start picking up cameras and doing little shorts and stuff. So all of that happened in New York.
So in other words, you ain't new to this film thing. So this documentary that y'all put out, it's got some expertise behind it. Because I mean, and so just for my audience's sake, let me tell y'all now. Y'all know I know just a little bit about what I'm doing, but I have actually learned a few things talking to these people. They know their business. They are absolutely on the professional side of this broadcasting and this filmmaking and these things. So, you know, again, we have a lot of very talented people in this Steppers community, and it's needless to say, we just need to know who's who in our midst. Even when we're dancing, we're having a good time, touching hands out on that floor. We still got some very, very important people among us that do some real heavy hitters. Let me put it like that.
And by the 1960s, the music took on a whole different flavor, and so did dancing. Motown was pumping out the hits, and Chicago was bopping. It was a slower, smoother, less aerobic type of the jitterbug. However, it still had an upbeat, although slower than the jitterbug. Each couple had their own unique style of dancing with each other. Then evolving from bopping came what is still happening in Chicago, and it's known as steppin'.
Right. You've had in the works for a very long time.
Very long time.
What motivated y'all to put your resources and energy and knowledge behind what you've done with your expertise and your and everything to bring this to us as a community?
That's a really good question.
That's a real good question. There's a lot of pieces in there, but you go ahead.
Right. Well, it all started when we were in New York. So from 86 to 96, we're in New York. And now we went to the Spike Lee class, 40 Acres.
Right.
Right after that, Girl, Do the Right Thing, and all of this. So we're picking up cameras. So Anthony started to write. Because it's not easy in New York to get jobs. There wasn't even that much stuff there. But my mentor, Robert Townsend, suggested I go to New York.
Own. Okay.
And I said, well, why I can't go to L.A.? And he said, no, go to New York. That's where actors train. Right. So I was there. But getting jobs, it wasn't easy, but I managed. But Anthony felt sorry for me.
I knew about the dance.
And he wrote a script,
okay,
with Steppin in it. And I thought, that's brilliant.
Right.
Let's go make a short.
Okay.
And in 93, 94, we did. Right. So that was the first thing.
Right.
And then cut to what?
Okay, so we wrote the 90s. Script. Then we started filming.
And actually, that's when we met James and Ty Skippy, Damita,
right,
Janice, all of the Cleo, all of
right.
Now, see, just
Celeste,
those names that you mentioning right there tells you how far back y'all was working on this.
Exactly.
But go ahead, I'm listening. Listening.
So then, now watch this. This is good. I'm trying to do the timeline. So now it's 95, 96. The short is done. And the short got us a nice meeting with a gentleman named Dick Wolf.
Ah.
How?
Law and Order.
Because we thought he'd be a good guy to help us. We green, you know. He doing the New York undercover.
Yeah.
Okay. So what Dick taught us was welcome to Hollywood. Where things sit on the couch for a minute. All right.
Got you.
And now we're from a New York hustle.
Right.
It's like, when you gonna do our movie? When you gonna do our movie? Oh, just wait, we're gonna get it. And so it never worked out.
Gotcha.
We spent a year in that situation, and then we just said, well, you know, we'll take it back. We'll do it. So we got the rights back.
Right.
We tried some more people. Then I started doing commercials a lot in Los Angeles, and that brings in good money. And see, we are independents by heart. That's what 40 Acres taught us.
Chicago hustlers, baby.
Came back, we saw some steppers on the floor in jeans, which was unheard of back in our day.
This is what I'm telling you about being diluted. You know what I mean? We didn't allow gym shoes, boots, or anything into a steppers party. We wear suits. We wear the best. We wear alligator shoes, diamond ring. That's why you never see fights.
Well, first of all, here's the thing. I really don't understand why anyone would have to go and get taught how to step anyway. First of all, okay? There's nothing but, it's a dance. You learn the dance, and you stick with the dance, and you be good at the dance.
So basically, what do you think should happen today? Just y'all show, and then you take them aside
This
together?
is what happens today.
Okay.
You go back to your heritage on your dancing. White, black, Mexican, Chinese, it don't make a difference. Once you get these steps, which I do not teach no 8 count because that is robotic.
Stepping. When a person had to learn how to step, somebody, in order for a person to teach it when they came out with the classes, the person had to learn how to break the steps down. They either broke it down from a 6 count, and they broke it down to an 8 count. You know what I'm saying? But it became robotic. When stepping is listening, you have to be a music lover, and you have to learn how to dance to beats.
The rhythm, yeah.
That's the thing about, see, when we go back what we was talking about before, Brian, they do this 6 count and the 8 count. With a choreographer, that's what they're going to do.
Right.
Tyrone didn't learn to dance from a 6-8.
That's
a
right.
6 count and an 8 count. He did not. Probably none of us done. You, me, Pete, Gwen, all of
Absolutely
us coming
not.
through the 70s. You learned how to step by watching.
Right.
You watched everybody else dance. That's how you learn.
All right.
And who were you watching?
Right
I was
quick, you
watching my
guys.
older brother.
Right quick. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you Mr. Pete Frazier. He is in the building. And you guys being in the acting world, it ain't just pick up a camera and start shooting. Can you give us some idea what that background looks like?
My thing is, shooting is easy. Everybody can shoot nowadays.
Yeah.
But the post-production,
Right.
that's where the rubber hits the road, because one of the things I do is the edit.
Right.
And that's hours of patience.
Hours of patience, yes.
And in a documentary setting, you're using old footage, which means you don't just, how did that footage get there? Well, you go in a box, you pull out the VHSs, you buy the machine to transfer it to DVD, and then you put it in the computer.
Right.
Okay.
Then you hope that it's okay, that you have to get off, I'm trying to make the perfect documentary in 4K. That's not what this is. This is raw, gritty, real.
Independent. This is
You
all
know?
independent shooting. So when you're shooting, you're going out, you're dealing with different elements and places you on locations and stuff of that nature, and you have to you have to work through it all, and it's a hard process. It's not easy. It's a lot of work.
We submitted to 25 film festivals.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're not free. Somebody had to pay the fee.
Right.
$50 to $100 a pop.
Right.
But by doing that, we became better and smarter. And I asked questions and I learned things from them. The ones that would tell me, you got to say, hey, give me some notes or why y'all didn't like it.
Right.
Oh, some of the way y'all shot the dancers. But this is what you don't understand. You don't shoot you go to the set and you get what you get.
Right.
It's real. You can't choreograph it.
To my audience, you guys, the footage that they have is really, some of it is nothing short of amazing, because I can think back in my own head about stuff that, I remember, but that's all, because we didn't have cell phones and cameras everywhere, you know what I'm saying, back in the day. So it's like, when I see some of this stuff, I'm like, man, I'm just like, wow. Like, and it's now, let me also say this. Let me give a shout out to several of the people, and I'm not going to get into names, several of the people that are in this video who have joined the ancestors. So it's pretty damn amazing to just kind of sit back and watch and go, wow, I remember that dude, or I remember her. It's something to see. No more. Gwen and Anthony, right?
Exactly.
Quick, I have a question from one of my people here. They want to know, while making the documentary, who was your target audience that you were reaching out to? And was it other current steppers, ex-steppers, the youth, other countries, or corporate sponsors, or anything like that? Who were you really reaching out to when you did this?
Steppin community, dance lovers, because dancers, they should appreciate all kinds of dance. And a lot of times, one of the lines in movie, they don't even know we exist. You see what I mean? So dance lovers, documentary lovers, but mostly steppers. Okay, we knew that if we got it wrong, the stepper's can't come home.
Right.
Now,
when I wrote a script, Brian, I wrote a script years ago, back in the 90s. It was geared towards teenagers, because I grew up as a teenager learning this dance, and younger, back in '75. That's how I learned, because my older brother taught me. That's how you learn. That's how you learn to dance. You watch your older brother; he practiced with you, and you became his practice.
But the thing about targeting a dance, before we took this dance on the road, you couldn't do nothing but target Chicago steppers,
right? That's
meaning
true, right?
Young and old steppers. So if you didn't really hang out at a lot of the older spots where a lot of the boppers were, in that aspect, if you didn't know them or whatever, and know where to go to get that information and footage. So that's why I think they had kind of reached out to Herb Kent, and they gave them a quick synopsis of where this dance come from and what was going between, I guess, him and Emily McKendall.
So I want to go against the rules, even though a lot of rules were broken in the contest. And if I knew that, I would have broke the rules too.
The longer you dance, the more some people feel that they don't have to practice.
Everything you ever wanted, boy, we got it. Even if I don't, I got the coin to cop it. The coin is king, the coin is king. I got it. They anointed me, cause boy, I got it.
It's for me, the more important part is that the information gets where it needs to go, so that the right people get it, and that people get better clarity and better understanding about what it is that we do, what it is that we love, and why it's necessary. This is, it just means everything. So I think we've accomplished quite a bit tonight.